Hello, welcome back to the channel. I've come up to England's most haunted village in Kent, and it's called a village called Pluckley. Been here quite a few times, to be fair. There's a nice church and there's lots of old buildings. There's lots of folklore about this little village. The headless horseman, the ghost lady of the pub, lots of different things about this place. I've not spotted anything and I've not seen anything myself, but me and Danielle have decided to come down for a drive out, just the two of us, to have a little look round. There's a post office, a butcher's, and there's a very nice car park next to us, which is just there. So we're gonna, oh well, there's also a little primary school as well, but we're gonna go for a walk around just to see what's about, to see what we can find, and have a look at the graveyard and have a look at the church. Hopefully the church is open, so we're gonna have a look in the church and then we'll go for a little wander. Is it? I'm gonna go around this way. I'll be around this way, Dan.
Okay.
Lovely sunny afternoon. Right, we're here in Pluckley, like I said, and this is the Black Horse. That's the pub, the Black Horse. That's meant to have activity in it on certain nights. There's a bloke apparently that sits in the fireplace, or sits near the fireplace, asking people for drinks, and then you go and get him a drink and he's not there anymore, apparently. So we're going to go for a walk into the churchyard. And as you can see, it's a very nice, pretty little village. And they all have the same windows. They all have arched windows, all the buildings, the traditional old buildings. It's very pretty. This is the church in Pluckley. It's like most churches. Danielle's off on her own little trip to show some bits and pieces. I'll be round this way, Dan. This is meant to be the highlight of Halloween night. Lots of people come up here on Halloween's night to see if they can spot some ghoulies. I don't think anyone does. The church is open, so we'll go in the church in a minute. And there's lots of very old gravestones, as you can see. And then there's some recent ones. Very recent, actually. Catherine, wife of Stephen Strater, 1890. So there used to be a lot of money, because if you look at this gravestone, the actual ornateness of the gravestone itself. To the memory of Elizabeth, daughter of Jesse and something Spicer, and that was can't make it out, March 1830. There's a lot of one family here as well. A lot of one family. There's Danielle. Wave, Danielle. Hello. Should we go in the church and have a look? Actually go in. There's lots of weddings here as well. It's a very sought after location to get married in this church. This is the church. There's a step there, be careful. No, it's just a church, isn't it? There's a big old tapestry on the wall. A font for baptisms. And a nice stained glass window. With a vaulted ceiling. Alright. Thou was slain and hast redeemed us to God by thy blood. There's a lot of old cracks. In memory of Frances Elizabeth Bidden, formerly as Macclesfield, who died whilst visiting at Pluckley Rectory, July 20th, 1916, age 81. Her life was full of good works, which she did inherit at Norwood Cemetery. As you can see, it's very quiet. Every time you go into a church, doesn't matter how busy it is outside for some reason, the minute you step through the walls and go inside, it's very quiet. So it's very peaceful. There's lots of old brasses on the floor with shields. Sacred to the memory of Philadelphia, wife of John Holton Bennett, quartermaster of His Majesty the 25th Legion Dragoons, and eldest daughter of Joe Hill of the parish, who departed this life on the 3rd of June 1819, aged 33 years. There's more brasses on the floor. Now this church was actually used as a TV location as well back in the, I think it was the early 90s, a programme called The Darling Buds of May, and it starred David Jason and Catherine Zeta-Jones and other people, before Catherine Zeta-Jones met Michael Douglas, a long time before then. And there was a full wedding ceremony here, obviously for the TV programme. But there's a plaque up there of the noble families, all of the noble family members with their shields, and they're all in Latin, in the 1600s, Old English Latin. It's a very pretty church inside, I must admit. It's one of the nicer ones. There's lots of churches in the area, but this is one of the nicest ones I've been to. Apart from Great Chart Church, because Great Chart Church is really, really pretty inside. There's a tapestry, I don't know if that's a local scene. I don't know. Pluckley Preacher is. St Nicholas is called the church. The Deering family, that's one of the big families from here. The Deering Chapel in pre-reformed times, the Lady Chapel, was added to the church in 1475 It had been divided from the chancel by the fine carved screen on the same date. And then we got some sort of meeting room. Oh, and there's a pillbox. What's that pillbox? Is that open? Oh, it's open. Let's have a quick look in there. It's all about the history of the local area. Pluckley was greatly affected by the global conflicts of the 20th century, but events in the parish also had a huge impact. Oh, that's a pillbox actually built Pluckley itself somewhere. Green and pleasant changing land. The family that shaped Pluckley was a family called the Deerings, and they were a big noble family. Ah, that's John Deering himself, the brass that I've just shown you on the floor. Right, let's close this back up. Over a window. Wouldn't have been original, I don't think. Organ's clean. It's a nice old organ. Pretty ornate. I can smell lilies. Yeah, I thought I could smell lilies. Right, we're going to leave the church, I think. We're going to go for a walk around the little village part. Have a little look and then maybe go down to the pub, which was a Deering's house back in the 17 or 1600s. So that's the Pluckley church, and that's a map of Pluckley itself. It's quite a big village, to be fair. Blacksmith's Arms, that's where we are. The school's over the road. Right, let's go. Oh, step there. It's another feature that you find of traditional English churches, the solid oak door. Benefactors, Bacon family. And obviously there was a lot of war dead from here that remembered on the Remembrance Day. Right, let's go for a walk around this bit. And you can hear we're in the countryside because all we can hear is birds tweeting.
Tweet, tweet.
Tweet, tweet. See if I can find a sign for Pluckley. It's here somewhere.
School?
Yeah, that's where we are at the moment. That's a nice old cottage. Right, we cross over. Cross over. I said we'll cross over. That's the C of E primary school. And it's original school building from back in the 1700s, I'd say. You got the local butchers, which is Dr. Luckhurst or Dr. Luckhurst. That's a local pub, Black Horse. And the church we've just been in. The time's not right on there though, I don't think. It's a bit late than 1:45.
I hope this hog roast was in yesterday, they said that.
But as you can see, all the houses have got arched windows. They're the traditional houses of Pluckley, because that's part of conservation apparently. Even the shop's got them.
Oh, that's really nice. The tuna bakery.
Yeah. What's that all about?
Tuna bakery. It's a really nice bar.
It's a nice little garden. Isn't it?
Nice.
Can't quite see because it's so sunny. Quite a little secret garden, isn't it?
Sometimes nice.
Down the road a little bit because it's a long walk to the train station, and we're currently sat outside a place which is called the Deering's Arms or Deering's Inn, and it was the ancestral home of the Deering family, which was the founders, one of the bigger families that put a lot of money into Pluckley back in the 1500s. So that's the pub, believe it or not. It looks like a manor house. It used to be a manor house, but now it's a public house. But it's very nice inside apparently. I'm not going to go inside, but it's also a bed and breakfast, so it's quite nice actually, to be fair. It's very old obviously, but that would have been the main entrance door to the restaurant area now. Licensed to sell beers and spirits. But like I say, everything's got the round windows because it's traditional. I would go in, but I'm not going to. As you can see, it's very nice inside. It's the lunch menu. I'll bring Kirsty up here one night, just the two of us for a meal. Not bad prices as well, to be fair. Front of the pub on the main road, the station road. Right, I'm going to jump back in the car, I think. We're going to have a little look what else we can find around the area. And that's the Deering's Arms. One of the oldest buildings in well, it is the oldest building apart from the church in Pluckley. They've got a nice little beer garden. It's nice for the summer. Ideal for the summer drink. So we're going to get back in the car and go for a drive. So we shall see you again in a minute. We're just on our way back away now, but on the way back we've just spotted the pillbox that we saw on the illustrations in the church. So there it is there. Oh, I'm in zoom. Hold on a minute. Let's go back. That's the World War II pillbox that was positioned here to protect Pluckley during World War II. It's part of a private ground now, so it's probably converted into someone's into someone's shed or something. But it'll be a perfect wine cellar because it's perfectly cold all year round inside. So we're going to get back in the car now because we're parked on a bit of a dodgy corner and see where we can get off to. Right, we're still we've just come out of Pluckley now. Heading towards home, and on the way home we was hoping to go to a place called the Screaming Woods. You need to make sure it's looking at me, right?
I am.
Yeah. Was hoping to go to a place called the Screaming Woods, which is apparently the haunted woods which used to have a highway track running through it, and supposedly on certain nights of the year, around about 11 to midnight at night time in the winter months, you supposedly to be able to hear the hoofs of horses and a carriage. We can't quite find the Screaming Woods, and time's ticking, to be fair. So we're going to do that another day. I think we're going to look for the Screaming Woods on the Ordnance Survey and then go out there to find it. Like I say, Pluckley is the most haunted village in Kent, and it's rumoured to be the most haunted village in the UK. Myself and Kirsty have been to Pluckley a number of times. We've not witnessed anything ourselves, but friends of ours say they have witnessed atmosphere and stuff like that there. So we might come over again at night time one day to see if we can find any spooky goings on, but I don't think we will, to be fair. But there you go. So we're going to end the film, we're going to end the vlog. Got some more bits and pieces coming up on the channel, so keep peeled. If you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe, hit the like button, and follow us on social media. If you'd like to pop a comment down below, please do. It'd be nice to see what people have got to say, and we'll see you on the next adventure. Bye bye. Well, it's sunny.